three countries that don't recognize the Armenian genocide. Turkey, obviously, the United States of America, and you want to guess? You want to guess? Did you guess Israel? Yes, you get, really, Israel, the country that was created after the Holocaust, the genocide of 6 million Jews in World War II. They get their own country as a result of that, but they won't acknowledge the Armenian genocide?
It's hypocritical. I admit that, it's hypocritical.
Harsh reality. Racism has long torn us apart. At our best, the American ideal wins out. So we can't leave this moment or look away thinking our work is done. We have to look at it. We look as we.
Am I paying attention to this motherfucker? I could barely hear him, and I'm like looking right at him. I got the sound. He's got all the media. What?
I'll tell you why. And I'll show you a map in a second. So, the question: will Joe Biden recognize the Armenian genocide? Absolutely not. He's not going to. I hope I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. I don't want to be like I told you so. I would love for Joe Biden to recognize the Armenian genocide.
Why, Graham? Elwood, why do you think Joe?
This is going to sound like a shocker, but the reasons we're not recognizing the genocide are money and oil and military. What? America's never made a decision based on those things, has it?
Money, oil, military?
I don't read anything. I don't know anything about anything if I don't understand it. So, here's the map, okay? Here's the United States, the largest exporter of weapons to Turkey.
Good point. You got a counter?
Kristen, have the experience and the skill necessary to advance our administration's priorities to root out unconstitutional policing and reform our criminal justice system. And they deserve to be confirmed. We also need...
That was very exciting stuff. We got to confirm somebody to reform the criminal justice system or something.
We send weapons, military equipment and weapons to Turkey, right? Which is a population of 82 million people. Plus 173 million.
It's incredible that essentially the entertainers and the people that are just talking to us, they don't actually have positions of power. They're not like celebrities just because of the, you know, the seat, the chair, the official government chair that they actually sit in. They actually have to win. Graham Elwood is just so much more talented when it comes to speaking, when it comes to his delivery, when it comes to him having a point, when it comes to him being, you know, interesting, entertaining the whole time. He's, you know, funny, interesting, factual. And then here you get the goddamn president, which, you know, apparently what? You know, take me to your leader. This would be the, what? The leader of the fucking world, leader of the free world. What's the leader of the free world sound like?
On top of the fears so many people of color live with every day when they go to sleep at night and pray for the safety of themselves and their loved ones. Again, as we saw in this trial from a fellow police officer.
He's doing something weird with his mouth when he was reading that. He's doing...
Wear the badge to serve their communities honorably.
What is this empty shell? This is just Donald Trump with, you know, with a nicer tweet. Donald Trump that tweets nicer, okay?
Dollars annually in aid to Turkey. We also we give $3.8 billion annually to Israel. Well, why is Israel in this? Well, gee, this is why Israel and the United States do not support the Armenian genocide, don't recognize, rather, is the language I should use, the Armenian genocide. Armenian Genocide Recognition Day, I believe it's called, is coming up April 24th.
April 24th.
Because we sell money to
Armenian Recognition Day. Armenian Genocide Recognition Day. So he's got this map and he's, you know, mapping it all out, explaining it. We'll go fast forward, go to 1348 into it. All right, Joe Biden, you get a minute, and then Graham Elwood gets a minute, and then I'll go ahead and, you know, tell you what you just heard, okay?
It was a murder, a full life day, and it ripped the blinders off for the whole world to see. The systemic racism the Vice President just referred to. There were systemic racism is a stain on our nation's soul. The knee on the neck of justice for Black Americans. Profound fear and trauma. The pain, the exhaustion that Black and brown Americans experience every single day. The murder of George Floyd launched a summer of protest we hadn't seen since the civil rights era in the 60s. Protests that unified people of every race and generation. To say enough. Enough. Enough of the senseless killings. Today's verdict is a step forward. I just spoke with the governor of Minnesota, thanked me for the close work with his team. I also spoke with George Floyd's family again. Remarkable family of extraordinary courage. Nothing can ever bring their brother or their father back.
Well, it was very uplifting there, Biden. Shit. All right, Graham Elwood, you get a minute.
Follow the money and connect the dots, you get to the truth. So to answer the question, is Joe Biden going to acknowledge the Armenian genocide? No. I hope I'm wrong, but there's too much money involved.
I hope you're wrong, too. But I think you're right.
For Joe Biden to acknowledge the Armenian genocide. This show acknowledges the Armenian genocide. The United States and Israel does not. So if you deny the Holocaust by the Nazis, you're a Holocaust denier. You're called a monster and a crazy person. As well you should be for denying that Holocaust. It's awful. I lived in Germany for a year as a kid. I was at Dachau. My parents took me to Dachau. I saw it. It's awful. I've met Holocaust survivors that have tattoos on their forearms, so don't tell me it was fake. I know it happened. So how do you then have the audacity to not acknowledge this genocide committed by the Turks? And Turkey, if you're a Turk watching this, don't get all offended. You've just been fed a bunch of bullshit. Admit it. It's a genocide. I'm an American. We committed a genocide against African slaves and against Native American people. It's not.
In Yemen, too, right now.
American. I'm not going to, well, it was just how things were done. And
Graham Elwood clearly won.
And the natives love giving up their land.